Right on this.
Yeah, I will ping you that the course content details also there. I will ping you that
Yeah.
course details. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
or else
Thank
I
you.
will sing. Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing is that because of me, others should not be interrupted. So please be continue today's class as well.
Uh,
So and I will go through the yesterday's and whatever I have missed that I will go
mm.
through the my free
You
time.
already know.
That
You
would be
already
better.
you already saw that recording, right? The explanation of
Yes, sir.
types of voices, and so that one only we completed last video. So before one
Okay.
video is that is the video what we are so teaching in the course content. So I will provide you in the details in the WhatsApp, Tulasi. Okay, na?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
So
you. Thank you.
yeah, you don't know, right? What we will gonna cover you on this. So we'll gonna cover you on something like a Linux and AWS and DevOps tools. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a second. I will give you a small intro. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so we'll not give you a entire details in this class. So we'll discuss Linux and that AWS cloud and the DevOps tools. Okay.
Okay.
So DevOps tools. Okay. So and one more
Yeah.
thing. So all the people are working people in this group. Okay. So that is the big advantage for you, Tulasi. And something like Kirtana is working in Google, Sital is working in Deloitte, Chaitanya is working in HCL, and Katiza from US. So she joined from US. Okay, so every day these people are joining. So after the classes also you can check with them and what are the real time environment is going on. So how it works. You can check with these people also. These all are the real time people only. Okay,
So, yeah.
Tulasi, are able to hear, right?
Yes, I'm able to hear. Sir.
Yeah. Your voice is breaking.
Now it is audible now.
Audible.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, Katiza. So, what we discussed in the previous class?
We discussed the intro to Linux.
Linux, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Tulasi. Tulasi, you already gone through few videos, right? So, Linux.
Fully, sir,
Who?
not fully, but a bit.
Okay. So, developed. So, who developed Linux?
Torvalds, Linus Torvalds.
Very good. You already watched recordings, huh? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes. Uh, so Linux is a CLI and open source. Open source. So who developed the Linux and when it was developed? So I will tell you, Katis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So Linux. So Linux was developed by Linus Torvald. Linus Torvald in Linus Torvald. In 1991, he studied in one of the university, and his mentor is asking to create a new OS based out of the Unix OS. Which OS? Based out the Unix OS. So his mentor is asking to create a new OS. Then he created a Minix OS. So which OS he created? Katis?
Minix OS.
Yeah, Minix OS. And Minix OS having some drawback, something like there is no network. There is no network. So without network, we cannot connect with that Linux, right? OS, right? So then he overcome those problems and they created a new OS. They created a new OS and he is thinking to put a new name for this OS. put a new name for this OS. So then first 4 letters from his name and last letter from Unix. What is that? First 4 letters from his name. So what are the first 4 letters from his name, Katiz?
Linus, line.
Line? No. So and last letter
You meant
from
a 4-letter. 4-letter. I'm sorry. Line
yeah,
U.
yeah. So last letter from Unix. So he took the last letter from Unix. So then he created as a
Linux.
now you understood? So how it
Mhm.
comes?
Or
Linux
Or
OS.
Linux.
Yes, Linux. Linux or a Linux OS. How it comes, you understood, right? Now you understood. And he released as a open source. He released as a open source. Open source. He released as a open source. So what is open source? What is? Tulasi, you know what is open source? Tulasi, do you know?
Free access.
Yeah. Free of cost. Yep.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So we have another point also there. So Tulasi, do you know what is open source?
It can be developed by any one of the people there in terms of their customized program.
So what is that? So if you are developing a software, right? Definitely we need to develop that software either any language, either C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, whatever it may be, right? That website.
Yeah.
That website was developed by the something, right? The same way Linux OS also, Linux is a software. So that software was developed by any of the programming language. So what the so in which programming language the Linux was developed? Through the C language. Through the C language, he developed the programs. Through the programs, he developed the software. So the source code. Source code is nothing but the programs. Source code. Source code also available. Source code also available. Source code means a programs. Source code means a programs of the code. So that code also available freely. If you have the code, for example, you have a Facebook code, for example. You have a Facebook code. I have a Facebook code. So do you want to write it again? Do you want to write it again? No, we have a code, right? We have a program. So we have a program. So we don't need to develop the code again, right? So I took the Facebook code, something like programs, programs, and modified the programs with the book face. With the so wherever the Facebook is right there, right? I replaced with the book face, and now the code is related to book face or Facebook. Yeah, now the code is related to book face. So book face, I have a programs, I have a code for the book face, and I released as a website book face. If I have the code, so I can modify whatever I want. I can modify whatever I want, right? The same way, source code also available. Source code means the programming, the programs. So if OS is developed through the programs, right? That programs also freely available. If you have the programs, you can take the programs and you can create, you can customize whatever you want. You can customize your own OS also. If you have a source code, if you have a source code, if you have a source code, so you can customize your own OS also, because source code also available. So it is very difficult to write the program for the OS, but that code is available for freely. I can use that code and I can customize, I can create my own OS also. The same like as okay.
So,
Same.
so
Yeah.
what you're saying is that depending on which codes you are using, let's say we have Facebook code's Linux operating system will
No,
be
no, no, no.
different from
Yeah. Facebook is different. So what I am conveying is right. If I have the any code, is it easy to customize or not? Our own. So if I have any code, any programming code, any website code or any code, so if I have the code, is it easily to modify, or is it easy to customize whatever we want, right? Because of we don't want to write from scratch. Now you understood the meaning?
Yeah,
So what
my
is, yeah, go ahead, Katis.
yeah, so what I wanted to just make sure I understand is that
Hmm.
since you said if you already have an open source, you can customize your own OS also, which is like customize the Linux to adapt to your own code, correct?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that's why I was like, which mean let's say Facebook code, we have a Facebook code,
Hmm.
so we can customize that to what we want to get our own Linux OS based on the Facebook code, correct?
No, 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 no. So
Okay, now. Fine.
what I am saying, if I have the code, so right, I will tell you one thing. So I already pasted, right? Yep. What is a software? It is a software. Yeah. What is a software?
It's a
Katis.
program,
It's a
the program, compound
yeah.
of program.
Yeah. Software is nothing but a set of instructions or commands that tell to computer what to do. Okay. So this is a software or a program. So software is nothing but a set of programs. Okay.
Compound of programs.
Set of
Yes.
programs. So these programs, the programs are developed from which language? Either Java, Python, or C, C++, or .NET, right? So any software developed through the programs only. Okay? Understood? Yeah. What is a website or a application? So what is a website? Katis, now you understood. What is a website? Tulasi, do you know what is a website?
The
For
website
example,
is
facebook.com, whatsapp.com. This is a website, right? For example, www.facebook.com. So this is a website, right? This is a website. The same like as a Deccan. So for example, so desidime.com. So desidime.com also, this is a website. Okay, so everything we are searching in the Google, that is a website. Okay, so what is a website, how it created?
A compound of web pages, sir.
Yes, very good, very good. Tulasi, yeah, what is a web page, what is a website?
It's a collection of developed in the based on the programming language.
So collection of web pages.
Pages.
So for example, this is the website. Okay, Decidime is the website. So how many web pages are there? Baby care, blankers, beauty. In the group, we have a number of web pages. Coupons, we have a number of web pages. Deals, we have a number of web pages. So these all are integrated with one website, right? So what is a web pages? So web pages is nothing but a website, or a web application is nothing but a collection of web pages. So right, so what is a web page? Kadij and Tulasi. What is a web page?
Is it collect? Is a collection of programs, sir.
Very good. Collection of programs. So collection of programs is nothing but a web page. How they developed the web pages? So they're writing the code from something like a so app.java. App.java. So this Java contains the code. This Java contains code. So this code is nothing but a page. So collection of programs is nothing but a web page. Collection of what is a program? What is a program? Collection of programs is nothing but a web page. Now you understood. Collection of web page is nothing but a website. So what is a program? What is a program? Tulasi or Katish?
Um, it's a it's a written code
Yeah.
that is used in the web server, I guess.
Collection of lines. So collection of
Mm.
lines, right? Something like a example Java programs.
Mhm.
So examples of Java programs. Java basic programs, for example. Yeah. So this is the a program. What this is? Spy number example dot this is the a program. A program contains a set of instructions. Set of instructions are collection of instructions. Okay, collection of lines. Set of instructions are collection of lines. Now you understood. So how website comes into the picture? The programmers programs the write the programs. So if you include all the programs, will create a web pages. If you include all the web pages, will create a website. Create a website. Now you understood. So the programs are written by the developers. The developers. So you have a Facebook code. Now you have a Facebook code. Katish. Now you have a Facebook code. Is it
Mm.
easily modify and create a new one?
It's easily modified.
Yes, that's the reason. So what any software or application. So Linux created a software. Linus created a Linux software. Linux OS and released as a open source. Released as a open source. Open source means the source code. The source code he released as a source code. So every company, some of the companies took that source code and created their own type of Linux OSs. Their own type of Linux OSs. Now you understood, Katis?
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes.
Very good. Tulsi, now you understood, right?
Yeah, function of lines means it is a set of instructions.
Set of
Is it set of
instructions. Yes, set of
So
instructions.
that set of instructions may change website to website based on the programming language, type of the programming.
Yes, right. So if you want to develop a web page by using the Java, if you want to develop a website by using the Python, so if you want to develop a website by using the PHP, .NET, whatever, definitely it will be changed from a language to language, the lines.
Okay, so that means if for example, if a Facebook was developed by using the Python language, for example, so
Okay.
anyone can be develop or rework on that only Python programming language itself, not on the
Yes.
other language.
For
Yeah.
example, you have a Google code, you have a Gmail
Yeah.
code. It's a freely available. The female Gmail source code. So is it easily to modify it or not?
Developer can modify it according to the language, programming language. Hello. Hello.
I think he's muted.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Tulasi.
Yeah, yes, sir. If a developer can modify the code,
Mm,
if it is a
mm,
open source programming language.
mm, mm, mm. 1 second, Tulasi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So developer can modify it easily and you can modify it whatever they want. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like so if you want to build a house, okay.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to build a house, so definitely we need from scratch we need to build it, right? So
Yes.
right. So some people gave up to foundation or up to something like apartments, right? You bought an apartment, what they will
Yeah.
give, so they will give the side walls and rooftop and everything, but they
Yeah.
will leave it so you can customize your something like fall ceiling, walls and woodwork, everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is nothing but someone is developed it, you can modify it to whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So now, so Linux OS released as a open source. Now Linux OS released as a open source. Linux OS released as a open source. Open source. So if open source, everyone can took that source code and modify it their own. Okay. So for example, IBM company took the source code. So IBM company took the source code and created their own OS called as a AX Linux OS. Okay. The same way HP company. Which company? HP company took that source code and created their own Linux OS called as a UX Linux OS. So the same way Red Oracle 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 company took that source code and created their own OS called it as a Oracle Linux OS. The same way, Red Hat Inc. Red Hat Inc. took that source code and created their own OS, call it as a Red Hat created 3 types of OSs: Fedora, CentOS, and Red Hat. So Red Hat OS. The same way, Sun Microsystems. Is that Sun Microsystems? So what is that Sun Microsystems? Solaris Linux OS. Created Solaris Linux OS. Amazon company took that source code and created their own OS, called it as a Amazon Linux 2023, and Amazon Linux 2. So the same way, Debian company took that source code and created their own OS, call it as a Ubuntu. So the some other companies they created SUSE Linux, FreeBSD Linux. So what are those? FreeBSD Linux. Now you understood? So once Linus Torvalds released as a open source, so every company took that source code and they created their own type of OSs. They created their own type of, they customized their own type of OSs. Guys understood? Yeah. So in this
Mm-hmm.
course, so what we are learning? So we are learning yeah. So in this course, so what we are learning? We are learning the Red Hat Inc OS. So if you learn any OS, if you learn any OS, something like a Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat. So Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat. So it will be same. So the Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat OSs are the Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat OSs are the same like as a Oracle Linux and Amazon Linux. So when we are learning the AWS cloud, right? So that time we are using this Amazon Linux. So we are using Amazon Linux, and in this class, so initially we will start the Linux with these Linux flavors. So CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora. If you know, so most of the real time companies are using in the real time Linux OS, red hat Linux family only, red hat family Linux only. So for example, so Facebook, so this is the server. So in this server, so this is the hardware. So hardware, right? Hardware. So what is the hardware? Server hardware. So right, Dell Power Edge R710. This is the hardware. How you can interact with the hardware? Kadiz. So how we
Yes,
can
sir.
interact? How we can interact with this hardware?
Mm, the Dell Power.
Yeah, Dell Power Edge server. For example, so this is the Dell Power Edge R710. So,
And that's a mil
so yeah, this is the server, for example. So this is the
yeah,
hardware.
military.
Hardware knows which language? Hardware knows which language? Katish.
Yes.
You forgot everything.
I did not.
You did not
I'm
remember.
looking at my note.
Yeah.
I'm
For
looking at my
example,
note.
yeah, this is a Dell PowerEdge R710 server. So for example, this is the Katish. This is a Katish. Okay. So Katish want to interact with this hardware.
Hardware interact. Yeah, binary language. Sorry.
Very good. So you know only,
Now I remember.
yeah,
English.
you know English. This hardware
Mhm.
knows only binary
Binary
language,
languages.
right? So binary means so zeros and ones. How you can interact with the OS? Definitely we need to install any one of the OS on this hardware. So for example, I want to install the CentOS or Red Hat. CentOS, for example, CentOS 7 I installed, right? So I installed the
Yeah.
CentOS 7, then developer develop the code. So developer develop the code, for example, Facebook code. So Facebook code is developed by using Java. So we want to deploy the code in the server, right? So where we deployed this server, so something like we need to install the web server. Which web server we installed? Web server?
Linux.
No. Tomcat web server. So Tomcat is
Oh,
the
okay.
web server. Yeah. Whatever the
But
developer developed.
why did you choose Tomcat?
Yeah, Tomcat. I will tell you.
Okay.
Good question. Good question. So for example, Facebook.jar. So right. Yeah. So developer develop the code in which language? The code is written in the code. So code is written in the .java language. The code is written in the .java language. So if you want, this is the these are the programs. Programs wants to convert pages, right? Web pages. So who will convert that? Who will convert? Web server.
Website.
Web server.
Oh,
Web server.
web server. Okay.
Yeah, Tomcat is the web server. If you deploy this code in the Tomcat web server, if you keep the .java code in the web server, so user can see the website over the browser, web pages over the browser, right? Now you understood why do we need web server. So we need to convert a code through the web pages, so that web server will convert it. Okay, now you understood?
Yeah, so the code is okay, the code which is the program which is a collection of lines from the code
Yes.
that is converted. The developer will put that will give you a web pages.
Yes.
Uh,
How it will
and
give you a
then
web pages? So developer develop the code only, right? A developer not developing the web pages. Developer developing the code. So that code will be converted as a web page. Who will convert that web pages from code to web pages? A web server. Web server will convert it from code to web pages. Now you understood?
Yeah, but sir, in that case, I think so. If you see, you said programs, web page, web server. I think it probably can be.
Website.
Oh yeah, because I was confused. Yeah, you wrote web server.
So this is a website. Website is nothing but a www.facebook.com, www.whatsapp.com, www.youtube.com. That is the website,
Yeah, I understand that.
right?
If you can go back to the previous one.
Yes.
Yeah, here, all the way at the top, you put programs, web page, web server.
No. So programs, developer develop that programs, right? Why they developed the programs? For creating a web pages, right? So how it will convert a web program as a web page? So if you keep the code in the web server, if you keep the code in the web server, then it will shows the web pages or the real time or the internet. Now you understood?
Okay.
Okay. So this is a website. This is nothing but a website. So, right? This is a website. A website. So collection of programs. So collection of programs convert into web pages. So web pages are a website, right? You said. But how it will get the web pages? How it will get the web pages? It will get the web pages if you deploy the code in the web server. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So definitely we need a